Hi everybody, welcome back to HGTV Handmade. So it is almost time to go back to school, and you know what that means, covering your textbooks. Usually the only homework that you get on the first day of school is to cover your textbooks. It's one of the best days of the year. At least it was for me, because this covered book is such a beautiful blank canvas to craft onto. Today I have 3 ways for you to turn this boring old covered textbook into an Instagram-ready study session. The first ones we're going to make are these colorful gradient books. Begin by cutting up grocery bags or craft paper to the size that you'll need to cover your books. Then take them outside and tape them down to a drop cloth. And now we're just going to spray paint them. It's that easy. The spray paint actually takes really well to the craft paper, so just start with one color and then use a second color to blend a gradient into the first one. And don't worry about getting the edges perfect, since they'll be hidden on the inside of the book. Wait for them to dry completely and then go ahead and cover your book like normal. And now you've got colorful, minimalist textbooks that will just look beautiful lined up in your locker. For the next project, we're going to use rubber stamps. You'll need letter stamps for this project, as well as a black ink pad. Just pull out all of the letters that you need and then turn your book on its side and stamp out the name of your class. You can also use smaller letter stamps to add your teacher's name and the classroom. And then if you're going a little stamp crazy like I did, you can also stamp your own name onto the back of the book, just in case you lose it. I think this looks so classic, and I love the imperfections that you get with rubber stamps. It just looks homemade, and you're never gonna get the exact same design twice. But wait, there's more! I think it also looks awesome to stamp the front of the book. Rather than writing the class name again, I decided to make a random pattern using letter stamps, punctuation stamps, and vintage office stamps that used to belong to my parents. I also used these YouTube themed stamps, which were designed by Christine Herrin, and I'll link her website right down below. There's no real skill involved here, just be playful with the pattern that you create and experiment with rotating the stamps and using both large and small stamp designs. I love how this one came out. I think it looks like it could be the branding for some hip coffee shop, and I wish I had made my textbooks look this cool back when I was still in high school. And then finally, a lot of blogs out there will give you the hack to cover your books using wrapping paper. Well, I don't know what kind of wrapping paper they're using, but the kind that I have is so thin that it would definitely just tear off within a few days of pulling your book in and out of your backpack. So instead, I'm going to show you how to use wrapping paper, but in a much more heavy-duty, reinforced way. You're going to start by covering your book so that you know what size paper you'll be working with. Then take that off the book and cut a piece of wrapping paper that is a little bit larger than your book cover. Now put down something to protect your work surface and break out the decoupage glue. You're going to need quite a bit of glue for this project. Use a paintbrush to apply it to the front of the book cover, making sure to cover the entire thing, and then flip it over onto the wrapping paper and press it down. Now cut off the corners of the wrapping paper and use more glue to fold over the edges onto the back of the book cover. Once you've glued all of those down, flip it over and put another layer of glue right on top of the wrapping paper, and this is going to protect it from getting dirty all year long. Wait for all of that glue to dry completely, and then just go ahead and cover your book like you normally would. I think that looks adorable, and it would definitely make me hungry for donuts every time I sat down to study. There are 2 quick things I did want to mention though. First, the wet glue does make the texture of the book cover a little bumpy, so if you wanted to avoid that, you could instead use spray glue to attach the wrapping paper to the brown paper bag. And then to protect the front, you could use clear packing tape or clear contact paper. And then second, yes, I am aware that I just barely cut off the top of these donuts, and that these are just barely peeking up from the bottom, and that I should have shifted the entire design down about 1 centimeter. it's bugging me too. When you do this project, just be a little more careful about the placement of your wrapping paper. Alright, so I hope you guys liked those 3 easy ways to cover a textbook. I would love to know which one is your favorite, or if you have any other favorite ways that you like to cover your books. Let me know in a comment right down below, and be sure to also check out my DIY ruler planter that I posted on Monday if you want another back to school project idea. Remember to press that like button if you liked it, and subscribe, and I will see you guys again on Friday. Bye everyone!